Andy, what's your thoughts on managing waste?
Yeah, a couple things. Number one, learn how to grow the plant.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, spend the time growing it because you can just sit there and do the same thing every single week and constantly throw away half a tray of whatever it is that you're growing every single week. Or you can spend the time adjusting it, trial and erroring your way through it, experimenting, asking questions in Facebook groups about, what techniques other people are using. That's how you're going to really minimize your waste overall as far as, literally killing crops.
Yeah.
And if you see something starting to dampen off, try and pull that section out and replace it with fresh soil. Hopefully you can stop that dampening off and at least save, majority of that tray. That will work. You just have to kind of really give it a good circle around wherever it is you're pulling up, because it's, still spreading, but if you can catch it out to where it's not spreading anymore, then that'll be good. So that was one. I'm trying to remember what my second point was. Crap. Oh, shoot.
That's what happens on
I
live
can't think what it was
podcasts.
now.
So, uh,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was really good too.
but definitely
Oh
reducing
well, it'll
waste on
come to me.
trays is key. Like Andy said, dig that out, and get that tray clean because you don't want to leave any down below because that might be a little bit in there and then it's going to spread again. So you want to get that whole
Yeah,
tray cleaned out and go further than what you think. Just go a little further than what you
yeah,
think.
yeah,
Just leave that out to make sure you get it all. So, dampening off is
yeah. And
huge.
I remember my second point.
Here we go. I was stalling for
Yeah,
you.
definitely. And I do remember my second point. So my second point was make sure you track data,
Yes.
because if you don't know how much you're getting out of your average yields for each of your varieties, you're always going to have waste because you're either going to come up short or you're going to have way too much, or you may get lucky and get it close. So again, I'm not trying to preach farm flow, but that's one thing that it's really good at is you're tracking your harvest weights. So every time you harvest, you enter in the weights. You can enter in bulk weights. So you can say, I harvested, 10 trays of radish and I got X amount of ounces, and it figures it out from there. But having that data, especially on the fly data, like when you change seed lots, how's that going to affect your yields? So having that data available to actually say, okay, when planting day arrives, I need 10 ounces of sunflower or whatever. How many trays does that equivalent to? And then that way you're planting exactly what you need. It'll also tell you how much extra you're going to have, so if it comes out to like 3.1, you have that decision. Do I plant 3 trays or 4 trays? And part of that is being able to pull back that data and say, okay, well, recently they've been averaging higher than normal. So I could probably get away with 3 trays, or if it's, 2.7 or something, you definitely want to plant three in most
Yeah.
cases. So it's nice to have that data sitting right in front of you telling you what you need to do. But if you don't track that data, it's not going to get you anywhere unless you're just going to guess. Oh, I feel like I usually get 10 ounces of broccoli. I
Yeah.
feel like I usually get, 12 ounces of radish or whatever. So you have to have that data available or you're just going to be taking a shot in the dark over and over again. So yeah, it's definitely a way to become efficient as well.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely, no matter what you're doing, track your data. Track your data. Um,
Yep.
yeah, a program helps that much easier, but you got to write it on a piece of paper that you're going to keep somewhere. Whatever, just keep track of it. So,
Yep. Yep. Make sure it either gets into your Excel sheet or into FarmFlow or written down somewhere.
yep,
You've got to have that information, especially if you want to do this long term.
yep,
That's for sure.
for sure.